Hi everybody, I'm back again and I'm ready to get started on some projects. So right now I want to get back into my switched outlet circuit. I last ended with this one. So I do want to continue them down this way and around to the other side. I have some ideas in the works that will require use of that circuit, but for right now that's not the part that I'm going to be starting with. Right here, kind of back at the beginning of where I started, is essentially an open location that I can use for another small fan. I don't want to have to use splitters or anything, and this outlet is already full, so I'm going to add one in this proximity. I think while I'm at it, I'm also going to add one on this side. Even back when I was planning on putting the fandelier in, I was kind of wanting some more versatility of power within this space. So I think now is the time to really go in and finalize what I need here. You never really fully know what you need until you need it, so I'm just going to get into it. There's not really going to be a lot to see here, so I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to record, but I will at least be sure to check in once or twice. So I now have both boxes placed. Instead of opening up one of the existing boxes on either end, I just decided to cut the wire right in the middle. This one will go into this box, and this one hanging down will go into that one. Then all I have to do is run a little piece in between to tie it all together. Doing it this way just saves a lot of time because I remember this box in particular is a little bit messy because it has 3 wires going into it. And then on this end, if I were to open this one up, I'd have to take down the orchid, which I don't want to do either. So this is going to save me a lot of time. Now I have all my wiring ready to go, so I just need to pop in the outlets and it'll be ready to power up again. Alright, everything is in and I do have power applied. Since I've gone this far, I say we go ahead and get a fan installed here. I have heard the requests for the Kichler year loud and clear, so that's what I'm going to go with. Truth be told, I did try fitting the 29-inch Emerson over there. It fits fine, but it just looks a little too proportionally big for that location, so I'm going to hold off on it for the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one pulled out and we'll get it assembled. Alright, here we are, another new addition up on display. I think it looks so good. For me, it always takes a little bit of getting used to whenever I add something in, but this really fits the spot like a glove and really rounds out this corner. I'm really excited about this and can't wait to show you what else I have in the works. Hello everybody, I'm back. I just have a couple of small updates and then we're going to get into what else is happening today. First of all, I made a home for the Hunter Norden. I'm not sure that it's going to stay here long term, but I needed to get it up on the ceiling so that nothing would get damaged. The SMC that was here has been up for a while, so I didn't feel too bad about it coming down. I am just trying to decide going forward if I want to mix new stuff in throughout the display or kind of keep it in a section like I have been doing. I do rather like having them in a section because anytime I have visitors through the space, it's easy to say that these are the new products that I've worked with. But on the flip side, the problem that I'm starting to encounter with that is that not everything works in these specific locations. Sometimes I don't have a light kit where I need one. Other times the blade spans are getting too large to fit right next to each other. So I need to do some evaluation of how this is going to work going forward. It'll probably depend heavily on new introductions after Lightovation, what products I do bring in based on their scale and other features. Obviously, I do have the one kind of major departure with the VAST down here. Perhaps taking that into consideration, I could move some new products through this area and take some off the far end. It's all very up in the air right now, but I did want to share my thoughts with you guys. Moving on from there, you may have just seen this, but I did install this Casablanca sign up here. It of course used to be on the wall opposite the workbench over there, but when I got my other lit sign, it came down and it's just been sitting on the floor ever since. I've been meaning to put it up somewhere, but really couldn't decide where to put it. At this point, it's just been in my way too many times, so I just had to throw it up somewhere. I think this works because it adds a little extra accent lighting in this corner. And of course, I do have a lot of other Casablanca signage, so it doesn't necessarily have to be super visible from the stairs or entrance or anything like that. On that same topic, when I rearranged the catalog corner, one piece did come down. It also was just kind of floating around back here with the other signs, so I just got it up with the other stealth pieces. And in order to do that, I did have to move this piece over some to make some extra space. So it actually worked out pretty well with this one being essentially centered on this shelf below. So those are pretty much the only minor updates that I have for you. Now I want to get into expanding my switched outlets. This isn't exactly a project that I can film a lot for, but instead of completing the project and then showing you, I am at least going to show you some updates along the way. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and get started, and I will check back with you soon. Alright guys, I'm back with an update. I had a little something come up in the meantime here, so I lost a little bit of time, but I do have what I think to be all of my remaining boxes in place. Basically, this end here echoes what is going on the other end, and then from this corner down, the layout is similar to what's happening on the other wall. It's not an exact mirror image. I did tailor these to this side a little bit more. So these two I basically just put right above the lights. I had to take these fans down in order to put the boxes up and eventually do the wiring. These kind of mount basically right on top of the outlets. I'm not entirely thrilled with that, but what I do like is that the fans themselves can help hide whatever is plugged into these. I honestly don't even have any plans right now for utilization of these two. I'm just dropping them in so I don't have to come back and do it later. I may actually end up plugging these fans into them so that they power up when I turn on the outlets. It's going to depend on how loud they are, but if that does turn out to be the case, then the outlets are really in ideal locations. I believe I have mentioned in the past that I want to drop at least one switched outlet down into this wall. I'm not going to get into that part right now because I'd have to move a lot of stuff on the other side to be able to access the wall, but I'll be able to just come back and tap off of either of these boxes when I get around to doing that. Along here you can see that I have 3 more just generally placed. I do have some ideas pending for a couple of these, and then just one more over here. Again, I have absolutely no plans to use this one, but I'm dropping it in while I'm doing this. I'm honestly not sure if I'll need more than this or more flexibility as I go. If I do, I'll just have to do what I did over here and add in a couple wherever I need them. What I did on this side has really been covering me pretty well, so I don't think I'll need much more than that. So like I said, I did lose some time here. I need to head out for right now. I hope to be back and work on this a little bit more tonight, but I'm not sure if I will be. Either way, I will see you soon, and I'm sorry that this part got cut short. Alright you guys, I am back here tonight and I am in process of running wire between boxes. Right now this is the little bit that I have done. I will be coming back to run this piece between the new box and the existing box. There just isn't a lot of point in doing that until I have all the rest of this tied together. I don't want to bother with applying any power to it until it's all done. So I'll get back to it and check in again with you soon. Alright you guys, all the wiring is in place all the way down. I'm gonna start putting in outlets and splicing back starting from this end. Okay you guys, it is getting late and I really have to run out of here, but I just wanted to show you quick that I got just about everything tied together. I did even get this one tied back into the existing outlet. This one I'm going to leave open for now and see if I can get into this wall within the next few weeks. For now I just have the power fed through so that I can continue on the other end with everything else that I want to do. Next time I'm here I can test on this one and see if these fans are going to be too loud to have running on there. And with these other ones ready to go, it does open up the next phase of projects on this side. So there are definitely a few things that I want to get into next time. Until then, I actually have to go, and I will see you soon. Hi everybody, it's the next day, and I am back to just kind of finish off what I was trying to do yesterday. First of all, picking up essentially where I left off, I have this little zero fan mounted back up and plugged in. I'm going to go turn it on. So as you can see, it is on with the other switched outlets. It's been so long since I powered one of these up, I really couldn't remember how they perform. I wasn't sure if they were going to create a lot of vibration in the wall or other issues like that. It's honestly not as bad as I thought it might be, but with 2, I think it's definitely going to be too much noise for what I want on this switch. So I did always have these fans hung here with the intent to potentially power them. I'm thinking to do that, I might run a switch leg down and put a switch down here in the wall that I can just use to turn these on and off. I can split wire the outlets so that one plug does these fans and the other plug just stays on with the regular switch. That way I will be able to power these on, but they won't have to be on all the time. So for the time being, these aren't going to be powered. I'm not sure when I'll get around to doing that, but with all this stuff in place now, it'll be pretty easy to put that in whenever I do have time. So that's pretty much where I'm at with that. Now coming down to this end, you can see that the north wind is mounted once again. I do have space to fit some smaller fans in these sort of gaps along the outer edge of the display. So I'm doing the north wind here. I did take down the Casablanca clock behind it and moved it over here. I have been needing something kind of smaller to fill in this space, and the fan over here was sort of blocking that space visually. So that's all that's going on there. In this space, I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything. I like my setup on the wall here, and I'm not sure if putting something here is going to block it too much. The other thing to consider is my potential track lighting. If there's a fan in the way here, I might not be able to light things the way that I want to. So that one is kind of up in the air, but in this one, I have decided that I will pull out my Liberty 29-inch. That'll be mounted on this truss, just like the Northwind down there. So I'm gonna head down here and just finish off the Northwind, and then we'll pull out the Liberty. Alright, the Northwind is done. In the meantime, when it was down, I did go in and adjust the capacitor values for the low speed. It actually ended up very aesthetically slow, even a little bit slower than I expected it to be, but it does start and run on its own and it doesn't stall out, so it's good to go. In the process of doing that, I did accidentally destroy the original pull chain. In case you're wondering why it's short now, I did not have an extra long one on hand, but that's okay because in this location it really would have hung way too low anyways. That kind of reason is why I usually just keep things factory, but these small fans can spin really distractingly fast, and I just don't like that for the display. Considering these are true display pieces that probably aren't going to change very often because I don't have a very wide selection, I feel a little more okay going in and changing them up to suit my needs. So now I'm heading into the Liberty. I may take some time to try to adjust the low speed on that one as well. So I will be back with the final result in a bit. So here's what I've ended up with. This one is even slower than the Northwind. It's verging on too slow. I don't have a lot of great values to play with right now. It either jumps to too fast or stalling out. So this is where it's at for now. If I do stop it and kind of push it the other way, it does go back and correct itself fairly reasonably, so I'm not too concerned about it. It's not likely to stall out as it is, but I may grab a few capacitor values and continue to play with this one. For now, both fans are in, and I think they look great. I really like how the sconces light them up. I'm heading down here to give you a look the other direction. It's always exciting when I do get additional locations on the display. The more fans I have up, the better. So I think that's going to close it out for me right now. I was really just trying to finish these couple of projects that went hand in hand with the switched outlets. With this stuff kind of out of the way now, I'm not sure where I'm going to be next, but I will see you back soon. Hey everybody, I'm back. It has been a couple of weeks again since I last recorded anything. I've been busy with some other projects pushing my reviews out. I am almost to the finish line there. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw my stuff with Mitzi Lighting go up. So it's been a very busy couple of weeks, but tonight I basically just wanted to pop in here and close out this vlog with a few updates. So basically I just have a couple of display things to show you, so I will stop here first. The Antique Brass Islander finally came down and I swapped topped it with my chrome craft made decorative. As always, the lighting is terrible. There we go. I, for one, like craft made, and I haven't really done much with it on display, so I figured it was time to do so. I was really having trouble deciding on glass for this one, so I did actually take the glass off of this fan and put a new set on here, mainly just because I needed something simple with no tint for this fan. I think it turned out pretty well. So next to that, I know that everybody already knows the Casablanca Classic came down. That remake video is already live. I moved the Renaissance into this location, and that's pretty much all that I need to cover there. In the former KDK location, I have the Oxygen Lighting Solus just hanging for now. I'm still trying to decide on this whole layout, if this is where I want to put this fan or not. I think it's fine here. The blades do overlap the premium somewhat, but neither fan wobbles too severely, so I'm not really concerned about that. And of course, whatever fan is in this location isn't really running that frequently anyways. So I will probably end up wiring this in and leaving it in this location. What I really need now is to review a smaller new fan with a light that I can put in this location. Thinking on it right now, I might actually be able to shuffle some things around and make that work a little bit better. So we'll see if I get into that in the next one. So that's going to wrap it up for now. I just want to get this video up for you guys. I'm not sure where I'll be in the next video, but I do still have plenty of projects and ideas floating around that I want to get to. So as always, you can expect the unexpected. Subscribe, ring the notification bell, do all the things. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Click left to watch my last vlog, or click right for the entire shop vlog playlist so that you can start at the beginning.